Welcome to today's episode of What Does the Law Say with Ariyike, proudly sponsored and produced by Tech Hub Media. Before we move on, please like, subscribe, and after watching the episode, share and drop your comments. Thank you. Just in case you're seeing me for the first time this year, Happy New Year again. Welcome to a fabulous 2021. I'm so glad that we're here together watching new episodes of What Does the Law Say. So I have a guest with me on today's episode. Yay! Okay, so he's a lawyer just like myself. He's a colleague of mine. He's also an editor on Law Axis. He writes and job content on Law Axis. His major interest is in cybersecurity, data protection, and emerging technologies. He also has a series known as Staying Safe Online series on Twitter via his Twitter page at Owade Adeyemi. Join me on today's episode in welcoming Owade Adeyemi. Welcome to What Does the Law Say?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for honoring this great invite.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. Okay, so in today's episode, we will be discussing about security issues and staying safe online in 2021. So majorly our topic is online security threats in 2021 and safety tips in ensuring that we do not get scammed or hacked in 2021, or our phones and whatever property we use online are not hacked. So you know how there are different Ponzi schemes going on at this time, different things that can threaten us and threaten our security even online. And Owade is going to take us through some of all those things to ensure that we are safe even in 2021. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this awesome episode. So yes.
Thank you.
Owade, I'm so happy that you're here. I mean, because I see a lot of your content online, and I'm like, oh, one day I'm going to bring this honorable, distinguished person on my seat, and here he is. So before I go into the question that I would like to ask you, I mean, a few days ago, I saw that a friend of mine on Facebook, her account had been hacked. I noticed that somebody had posted to be her and told her and was, going around sharing things about investments, that if you invest in something, you make this certain amount of money. I had like a screen grab of a debit or a credit alert, so to speak, of a credit alert. And they tagged me in that post. So the person had tagged like over 99 people or something in the post. And I saw this post, I'm like, no, this person doesn't tag something like this. She doesn't post something like this. So I reached out to her and she said, no, she wasn't the one that posted it. Would you believe that after seeing that post on her Facebook wall, I saw again on her Facebook story, she was there in a video saying that, oh, this investment is legit, my name is this, you can invest. Only for her to say, I'm not the one. I was not the one that put up the video. I did not say anything like that. I don't know this investment. So now in 2021, this is just fresh. We just started the new year and they're already scamming us. So I mean, in 2021, what are the online threats, online security threats we need to be wary of, that we need to watch out for, that might come, hunting for people in this year?
Okay, thank you very much. To pick it from the story that you just told us, it is called identity theft. So it's one of the threats that we are going to, of course, it's not starting now. It has been for a long time. People look for machines and some technology to develop what looks like somebody else. Let's say, for example, today is a professional and a popular person online. People trust him. People understand what he posts, and people knows that he talks about a certain area of maybe business or something. And it may not even be a business person, maybe a celeb, it may be a popular person that people trust.
Yeah.
And the idea is that trust. So hackers generally, cyber criminals always leverage on this trust and this already built reputation. So what they do is to take the identity, look at pictures and videos that the person have posted, leverage on technology, and create something that look like what the person will have written. What happened in that story you just told us about is that they took a technology, used it to develop, used his voice, the way he used to gesticulate, his own character. These are actually his identity, and that's what we should know. Our movement, our pictures online, our words online videos online, voice notes, everything that we drop online, they are our digital footprints, something that we drop online and they can actually identify with us. So if someone pick your video, he can actually use the voice to do something else. Of course, he has stolen it. You didn't give it out. He stole the identity. So identity theft will be common around this time. Of course, everyone is just coming out of lockdown. People have lost their job. People are looking for money to enjoy themselves. So as normal people are making legit money, the cyber criminals too are looking for ways to make money. So they are looking for ways to make their crime, to make their scheme looks good to you. And this is the thing, the leverage on trust and reputation. See, if I don't have followers on Facebook or Twitter, they won't come for my account. If I only have 20 followers, what would they do with me? So they go for people that have 5,000 friends, 10,000 friends, and they steal their identity and turn it to what they want and present it to the people out there to make it look as if their scheme is legit. So they take data, which includes your voice, the way you act, your movements too. The way, people record videos and paste it online and they see the way you move. They know that you talk like this. All those things, like I said, they are digital footprints. Those things can be captured and used to create a video that will seem as if
it was you.
And that was what happened in that story. So it was an identity theft. It's one of those things that we are looking at as one of the big threats in cybersecurity for 2021. Then also, flowing from years now, we've been having that issue. Of course, the person that is trying to do that, we, of course, use it in a way that we communicate to you. So there is what we call phishing. It's called somebody's trying to fish your information. So I may send you a message. And one of the things that will be popular this year, the kind of phishing that will be popular this year, which has started from last year, is what we call all this WhatsApp phishing and SMS phishing. Such that I send you a message and say, you have won. This one is common. ShopRite is doing price and ShopRite is doing this bonanza. You can win 10 million naira. Click on the link below to go there. Of course, that link is not ShopRite. ShopRite is not doing anything. So they are telling you to come and win. Of course, the truth is that even if anything is free, I know Nigerians, they won't tell you. So if they are telling you that something is free, you know that something is wrong. They may tell you that Dangote is recruiting, so people are recruiting. If something is so free and so good, Nigerians won't tell you. So people forward that content and it moves. You don't even know where it's coming from.
Just keep sharing it.
And that's one of the good things that WhatsApp have done, is to create something to make you know that this has been forwarded several times, so that you know that the person that is sending it to you, and you won't base your trust on following the link on the fact that I know this person. But of course, you can see the symbol on it and you can see that it has been forwarded several times, so you will not follow the link. So it may be in an SMS, can be in a WhatsApp message, it can be a Twitter message. Then in addition to that, which look like it, is the one that is on call. In December, I received a call. So he claimed he was my professor. I was like, okay. I was
from where? Professor from where?
He did not mention the school. There's one thing about calls that don't lead the person. Let the person lead you. And don't give out information. Of course, you won't know whether the person is recording your call, which may go and use your voice for something the ID theft. So it's possible the person is actually trying to lead you in a conversation to get the way you talk. So don't be too, or maybe among what you are saying, they may want to pick information from it. So the idea of voice phishing is that I'm calling you to gather information, to steal information from you. But I won't tell you that that's why I'm calling you.
That's what I'm doing.
So some will come out and tell you that there is a code that we've sent to you. Of course, they might have tried to log in your account and maybe you have two-factor authentication, which I will talk about later. And they have been sent, a code has been sent to you, to your phone. So they probably want to get that code from you. So they will lead you in a conversation to say, now a code has been sent to you, send it back. But sometimes it may not be like that. It may just be they want to record your voice, so they will lead you on a conversation. It may not be that they want to get your voice. It may just be that they need to lead you in a conversation. Take for example, someone can decide to ask me, how is your brother doing? Knowing fully well that when he tried to log in into my account, I have a question like my brother's name. So it will probably be asking me questions that relate to it. How is that your dog? Because your pet's name. How is that your dog? That your fine dog. He will come in a position that he knows you and he knows that dog. He will have a conversation that relates to it. The idea is that he wants to steal your information. He wants to steal your information. So, and that's the reason. He doesn't care. People don't care for you. They don't care what you are doing, how you are doing, he only calls. Imagine someone that is claiming is your friend, even if it's your friend, so far as you are not on the talking term. You've not been talking for years. It's a secondary school friend that
someone you've not heard from since
for a very long
give
time.
That
and the person is calling you to say, okay, drop this. How far? He's asking questions that time that you were dating this, what's that her name? But you, in your head, you will not think of it that you will have forgotten that you use your girlfriend's name in part 2. And this is you are already working. You won't think about it. But that was because that girlfriend you had a very love and you use that good name, maybe very fine name. You use her name. And she starts and he's gisting around the line to say, I remember when you guys were dating. You guys were, what's that her name says? And you drop it. And I say, okay, that's good. You will now lead the conversation. And you will notice when they get their information, they rushingly stop the conversation. Because this thing is time bound. That they use what we call the do it fast strategy. They want to quickly, especially for calls, it's the do it fast strategy. But you defending yourself, you use the patient strategy. So they want to rush you to get the information so that they can complete what they are trying to achieve. They want to hack your account on social media. They want to get money from your bank account. They want you to drop the stuff fast so that they can continue with their work. So that is voice. Then number 3, we should look at is PDF scam. We should look out for PDF scam. Oh, of course, this happens in a way that someone sends you an attachment and saying there is this book, especially if you like books. You may not even like books. I like books. So I like PDF books. I like e-books. And it may not be e-books. It may not be books. It may be an attachment. Someone may say, the work I work for you. You probably know that you give assignment randomly to your colleague, and maybe you guys handle a lot of things together, or a friend that you know that used to send documents to you each other. Of course, cyber criminals trace you before they come for you. They look for what are those things around you, your pets, your people, your colleague, your family. What are the names? What are the things you talk? Let's say, for example, somebody that at the end of the post, they say, your love now and always. I know your friend used that. Your love now and always. You know that your love now and always is a signature. It's probably something that is important to you. It's part of the things they gather. Those important things to you that they know it's in your head, they use it to enter you. And if you meet someone that calls your second name, you feel, most of us don't put our second name. Like most people don't know my second name. They just know So they don't know my. So if someone call me my second name, I will look twice. I will pay attention. He has entered me. So it's one of the things, the idea. So if I send, I'm talking about PDF scam. If I send a document, I know cyber criminals will have traced and see that you receive document from this particular person. So they create it. They load in the things that they want to attack you with inside a PDF file. They attach it as a PDF file to the link, to the email. And when they send you the email, you feel like, this book, I want to download this book. I want to download this from today my friend have sent me the work that he did for me, the agreements that he worked on, the social that he worked on. It's a PDF. But when you download it, you have downloaded something. You probably might not even know. You might just click on it randomly. And something else have been installed into your phone. And so that will lead me to ransomware and malware. So let's say, for example, malware, like I said, are bad softwares. So they are bad software that can cause harm to your device. So when you download a corrupted file, or you download from a site that has something about them, sometimes we download music from wrong sites, we download movies from wrong sites, and you just be wondering, it will have happened to you before. You downloaded the music that is just 5 minutes and you are seeing 25 MB. You feel like, is that music that so jim that it's that heavy that makes it to be like 30 MB? It's possible that the music is not only the music that you downloaded. You might have downloaded another file together with it. You won't know. So they use malware to track your devices such that everything a malware might be installed in a system, and everything the person is doing is being recorded on the software, on a software
somewhere else.
And another location. It may be another country, it may be another continent.
Wow.
Such that all your data, all your your login details that you think you did not give anybody, nobody can crack it. While you are typing it, they are recording it.
Wow.
Do you get it? So they can use that to now enter you. That's
and this
malware.
is all through the malware
This
itself.
is all through the malware, and you don't know that you have it on your system. Or probably you have downloaded from different sources. You can't even trace where it entered. It might even enter through a flash drive.
Wow.
You borrowed flash drive from your colleague, who also borrowed it from somebody that borrowed it from another person that borrowed it from somewhere.
Wow.
And maybe the person that they borrowed from was gifted by someone.
Oh my God.
So now it enters your system. It has moved through different locations. You can't even trace where the malware is coming from. It enters it can now, maybe the malware is a special kind of malware, which is very popular for businesses now. It's called ransomware. And 43% of ransomware victims are small and medium scale enterprises.
Wow.
43%. So this is the thing. They know that big businesses may be hard to get. And they know that small businesses, they are easy to get and they will quickly pay the money and forget about it. They go for small businesses a lot. So the idea is that when the ransomware enter your system, it encrypts your file and you can't access your files. Imagine you having documents for this, and maybe you are doing transactions for businesses that they must not know outside. Confidential documents that are very important to the survival of your business. They are on the system. They may not even attack your system alone. There's a way malwares give birth to each other such that it moves through network.
Wow.
Let's say, for example, it enter a business now. All the system in that company might be hacked.
Wow.
If you remember WannaCry that happened some years back, it affected a lot of banks. It traveled from continent to continent.
Wow.
Of course, it entered one system first, but it went, because the internet is so connected. I'm using the same internet that this one is using, and that one is using. We are using the same Wi-Fi in the same office. It went through. We sent the file to our office in Lagos. It went through with the file. It attached itself. So ransomware, in the end, may now, in just one day, decide, after it has distributed itself, it can decide to just encrypt all your file and lock it up, and you won't have access to it. Why we call it ransomware is that they will now ask you to come and pay. It is the word ransom.
Wow.
Pay ransom to decrypt your file. That's where we
your
get the
own
word.
file.
Yes, you have to pay to decrypt your file so that you can have access. People pay and they don't tell the public.
Wow.
So people pay. Of course, nobody tell you they settle with criminals. So people pay and they keep it quiet and they get their files back. Some people don't get their files back. But the idea is to prevent. The best thing is to prevent not being hacked. What you do after being hacked may not be. It's just like somebody getting injured. The body will not be the same it was before the injury. So the idea is that ransomware will be a little bit loud, more than before. It has always been. It has always been for years.
But
it will be a little bit more loud. So that's malware and ransomware.
Thank you very much, Owadi Adeyemi, for joining me on my program today. I would love to see you again. So we can complete this discussion. Thank you very much for watching today's episode of What Does the Law Say with Ariyike. I mean, we've learned so much today, and we will definitely continue next week where we'll talk about the safety tips and preventive measures from all these security attacks, even on your phone and on your laptops and the likes. However, if you've learned today, you remember that we talked about, security online threats we should be wary of, identity theft, somewhere somebody somehow can just steal your identity and make use of it. We talked about PDF scam. We talked about phishing attacks that come through messages, voice calls and the likes. And we also talked about ransom malware that business owners should be wary of in 2021. Don't sleep with fire on top of your roof. Make sure that you take note of these security threats that happen in 2021. And even as we continue next week to talk about the safety tips, ensure that you join us in the next episode so you know what to do so that you can prevent all these security attacks. If you want to ask more questions or talk to my guest, you can follow him on Twitter at Owadeyemi, and then you can follow him on LinkedIn and Facebook as Adeyemi Owade. So I'll see you next week. What does the law say? I'll tell you next Thursday. Bye for now.